that they use to drink an oolong tea. And
What do you call that?
they call it a gaiwan, and you don't use any strainer or filter in this. You would actually put the tea leaves in here, fill it with water, and most commonly they would tilt the lid up here, and you would sip through here. So basically,
So show
as you
us
go,
how they normally sit.
they would
Like that.
like this basically. So as you go, which I forgot to show you earlier, most commonly they are called Yinjin teapots.
Call this one.
Yinjin teapots.
How do you spell Yinjin?
Y-I-N-Z-H-E-N. Yinjin teapots, which is they are made with a special clay, and the clay inside has small holes, which is very common in making a green tea or a Chinese green tea or an oolong. A Japanese green tea, I'm sorry. And that Japanese green tea, when they would drink that tea, or any green tea, or basically an oolong you would call it, when you drink the tea a few times in this type of pot, the pot has, since it has small holes inside, it retains the flavor of the tea. Black tea. That's you could get a black tea from China or India or any part of the world.
So this is black tea. Let's see how it tastes like. Wow. What do you call this particular?
This particular black tea is called Nivatanakanda, or a Ceylon tea.
Ceylon tea.
So usually a black tea, once they pick the tea leaf, they would take out that natural moisture, and the natural moisture, once you take out that natural moisture from the, have a mash. So they would put the tea in that mash and let it sit for a few hours,
Right.
or sometimes a few days, like half a day or so. And once tea leaves gets flimsy or enough to shape into a different shape that you want to give them, they would take it from there and put it in a cylindrical machine to grate the tea leaves, which is that would put it, sometimes they would call it orthodox machine. So that would give it a different size of the tea leaves. As you move the tea leaves in that machine, it just takes out that essential oil in the tea leaf, and at the same time just grade the tea leaves according to the size. So basically there is a different way of, or a different terminology in grading the black tea. Usually when you shape a black tea or when you grade a black tea, you would grade them depending the size of the tea.
Oh, really?
Yes. So you would call them, sometimes you probably heard it, they would call it orange Pekoe. Orange Pekoe means the size of the tea leaves. If it's a full-size tea leaf, they would call it orange Pekoe. Like for instance, I could give you an example. This is a great example of orange Pekoe, which the size of the tea leaves are moving. If you put a tea leaves with different sized tea leaves in one container and move them around, the finer one would go down and the longer one would go up.
Like a centrifuge.
Basically just like that.
Okay.
So that separation would make it very easy for them to grade a black tea. If it's all the way at the bottom, they would call it broken leaf orange Pekoe, and as you go up, flowery broken leaf orange Pekoe, and orange Pekoe. Orange Pekoe means long leaf tea. So they call it orange Pekoe not because of the orange flavor. One thing is it just looks like an orange color. If it's a really nice orange Pekoe, it would have an orange color. And two,
it does have an orange color.
Another legend that's named after the House of Netherlands an orange House of Netherlands, basically. So there are the two things that you use in black tea. So tea is naturally, you would classify it into those 6 different teas. The 6th one, or the last one, would be the Pekoe tea.